Here's the thing. I am more than happy to support a big AAA studio as long as I know they're not being priority and it's fine. Listen, if I want to buy a skin in Call of Duty, just a skin, it's fine, because at the end of the day, it's just a skin, It's just a skin. It's just a piece of plastic named Nicki Minaj. It's fine. I can do that.
That you don't really own anyway.
Oh, speaking of, did you read the comments from Ubisoft? Ubisoft, exactly.
Yep.
People should get used to that people don't own their games. And they can play them forever and so on. And I'm like, fam, didn't you literally just a year ago or 2 years ago shut down the fucking Assassin's Creed servers? Like, sure, no one was playing them. But there's no tools to host the servers. Then you just literally shut down some old games because no one was playing them. Or there's 10 people were playing them. Who cares? I get it from a business point of view. You don't want to keep dead servers up because no one's on them and you're losing money basically for that.
It costs money.
Yeah, I get that. But give us the tools to host the servers. Why would
Actually, I agree with that one. There was some ordinary gamers even also made a point because he's gone on about this. The other point that he's made is we're at the least put out a patch that shuts off the online only component of it, because there are single player games out there that people would love to fucking sit and play that are online only, and you can't even fucking play because the servers are shut down.
Yeah, that's the thing. Just give us the tools to host the server somehow. I'm so sad that Medal of Honor is shut down. 2010 and the Warfighter one. I'm sad that they're shut down, and apparently I heard that someone will try to keep the servers going somehow, modding and all that kind of stuff, which is great, I guess. But
that would be.
But it would be great if there was an option to host my fucking server. Just let me host the server. Just let me do it. Fine, I'll pay it if I have to. That's fine. I'll pay.
Yeah, if there's somebody out there who wants to fucking pay in order to keep the keep the servers going, they should be allowed to do that.
Yeah, but
I totally agree with that. Why would any gaming company be against that? The fucked up thing about it is a lot of production companies and shit will swear up and down that they're all for the preservation of their product and the preservation of their games. But here's the catch, and part of it is right in what I just said: preservation of their product. Which means at the end of the day, the only thing they give a shit about is retaining the IP for it, so that later on down the line they can resell it. They've been doing for decades on end.
Yeah, as a remaster, remake, and so on. For example, how much bitching there was about Modern Warfare 3 that all the maps are literally remakes from the old game from 10 plus years ago,
Oh, what?
Yeah, how much people were losing their shit. To me...
What? You mean to fucking tell me the game that was remade has its old content remade? What? No!
Here's the thing. To me, it doesn't really matter because at the end of the day, that DLC would cost £70 anyway. $70 anyway. They would change, they would change that anyway. But then again, the Call of Duty one is not a good example just because we haven't seen those maps for 10 plus years. And there's loads of stuff changed in the decade. There's so I kind of get that. Fine, I get that. But for example, Last of Us, how many Last of Us remasters we had already? And what exactly you changed?
Just made it look prettier.
Yeah, it's not even pretty. I don't know what fucking changed.
Hey, shut up. It's not you know what? Her wife and I actually played through the first part. It's actually a pretty good game. Okay, I never got royally pissed off at it. Story was pretty damn good. It was good shit. But the problem is,
do you need a
I played it on PC, which took fucking 3 years to get after its launch.
Yeah, but do you need a fucking remaster of the fucking game that came out 3 years ago or something shit?
No, not really.
Exactly.
I don't even really I looked at pictures of the preview of the first release of it, and I'm like, all right, well, whatever.
Yeah, exactly. But do you need a fucking remaster? You don't need a remaster.
No, I appreciate that shit in some cases. There are games that are super duper, super fucking old that I really royally wish they would fucking they would go back and remake just so that players could continue doing what they're doing with them right now. Like Star Trek Bridge Commander, I fucking wish Activision would actually go back and just update that game, re-release it, since they probably still own the IP for that game specifically. They might have to negotiate with Paramount about fucking doing it, but just do it so that the modding community could keep going. Cause like that game, like that was a good. There's other games back in the day that totally need like this type of treatment that they're not touching. It's just shit that they've done in the last 10 years.
Microsoft owns now. Microsoft owns Activision.
Microsoft owns Microsoft.
Microsoft owns Activision, and they're working. They're definitely doing a lot of work in the background to bring a lot of Activision games to Game Pass. That's happening. So maybe. And I read somewhere that it's not that easy to bring games to Game Pass because you need to make sure that the service actually works on those games. Whatever the game is, right?
Let's not get into Game Pass right now because there are games that like are, oh man, like
what's happening in Game Pass?
You motherfuckers, when you make your games, the fucking port 1 on the graphics card is not always the default port. You need to look at Windows default. Is
it still happening?
Yes,
is it happening
with
multiple games now?
There's so many games that her and I have wanted to play on the fucking TV, and I literally have to like either unplug both of my goddamn monitors, or literally, I just have to unplug both of my goddamn monitors in order to get it to play on my fucking TV because I can't. It won't fucking work. I hate you, motherfuckers. The whole point of Game Pass is so I can play my shit on my TV. Steam does it. Most Steam games. There's a couple of Steam games where I have that problem.
How old are those games, though?
It's not very often, though. It's very often on. It's very often on fucking Game Pass. I'm pretty certain,
like the new games would kind of have settings for that. I would imagine.
Some of them do, but the problem is they don't actually work.
Because, for example, I can change freaking. If I want to play on my phone Call of Duty, I could do it as long as I connect it properly.